My name is Nico Lagan, and I'm too conservative for the conservatives. My co-host Rob Ambrose, not woke enough for the liberals. We are the Political Orphans. As always, make sure to like this video, restream it if you're on X, but we really want to hear from you, so make sure to drop a comment in the box below. On that note, what are we talking about today? Simple. Know what I said yesterday about Poilievre probably backing down his comment about the RCMP? I was right. And we're going to talk. Yeah, he's trying to downplay it now. Obviously, first time he gets actual backlash for a comment. He's not going to do that mistake again. And we're going to be talking about the budget. Budget's coming. April, it's November 4th. So, yeah, 2 weeks from now on November 4th. And, you know, we can start with this, actually. We could jump right into this.
It's just going to be like, he's just going to write it on a napkin or something. It's just going to say, like, woke shit on it or something.
Says the liberal. Yeah. Yes. Well, let me play this. So we're, as I was saying, we're 2 weeks away from the budget. And they're already downplaying it. They're already playing it. Sorry, not downplaying it. They're actually saying that it seems that maybe, just maybe, it's not going to go through.
What?
And we're very disappointed by the conservatives. Because for the people out there that don't understand this, when you have a government that is a minority government like the liberals right now, a budget is a vote of confidence. If you vote for the budget, if everybody, the parties in the majority vote for them, that means they somewhat trust them.
It's a confidence
vote. If they don't,
yes. So yeah, because we were wondering that ourselves last time. I think it got confirmed, right? If the budget does not pass,
no.
government
I'm confirming.
Falls.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we confirmed it last time. Actually, I was talking about that. But so basically, yes, it's a vote of non-confidence. It's a vote of confidence right now. If they don't vote for it, well, it turns out that the Liberal House leader says that another election could be coming soon because opposition doesn't seem to be supporting the budget. So here is the Liberal House leader.
2 weeks from the budget. I think that what I'm seeing in Parliament worries me. The Bloc Québécois, who, without having even read the budget, eliminate the possibility that they will support it, and the Conservatives making just ludicrous demands with respect to the budget.
It sounds like you're worried about maybe Canada going to another election. Is that a realistic possibility?
So you mean you might actually have to compromise with the other parties? No, can't do that. We just won't have a budget.
But we believe we have a mandate.
But hold on. Listen to that part.
Okay. We have
worried about maybe Canada going to another election. Is that a realistic possibility Canadians should expect?
We have a minority government, but we believe we have a mandate. And when I see opposition parties not ruling out the possibility of voting for the budget, that's starting to worry me. But I think it's them that are misreading the mood of Canadians. If an election is necessary, we would obviously, reluctantly, because we don't think Canadians want an election, but election there will be. It's the opposition parties who have that decision in their hands.
So he doesn't sound too confident.
No, he's sounding like it might be a thing, like an election might be a thing.
Well, it is definitely, like I said, it's definitely a thing, because if it doesn't go through, it is a vote of non-confidence, so Parliament falls.
I like how he's like, well, the Bloc and the Conservatives, you know, they've been, you know, they're not gonna pass, they're not gonna vote for it, so we just won't have a budget. Is basically what he's saying. Where normally you're supposed to work with the other side, right? Whatever happened to that? Like, you compromise with them and you give them some things that they ask for, and that's how you get them to vote for your budget. You know. If Buddy wants an election, I think it's going to go bad for the Liberals, and I think they know that. I think they know it won't. I don't think the mood is pro Carney right now. I don't think it's pro Liberal. I don't think anyone's overly happy with the job he's done. So no, but this is interesting. I remember when we first came up a while back, I was like, no, there's no way there'll be an election. I mean, I still think it's unlikely, but who knows? That would throw a monkey wrench into the whole mix. It'd be great for us. We have a lot to talk about.
It would make for an infinite amount of content, that's for sure. We would have to recover another election again.
Yeah.
But is it really likely? I don't know. Like I saw, I'm a fan of gov.exe is corrupt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he wrote this earlier. The Bloc Québécois says they're voting against the budget 2025. The CPC will likely vote against as well. I like how he says will likely, but hopefully they do.
Although I don't agree with that. I don't like how the Bloc is.
But hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. You need to read the second part. The NDP can't afford another election, so they will probably support it. The budget will pass, and there won't be an election. So it's interesting because, yeah, exactly. But it would be. I'm not sure that the NDP would want this to pass, or wouldn't want it to pass. Sorry, because they lost. They're the party that lost the most.
Yeah.
In the last election, right?
What do they got to lose? I guess. I mean, I don't like how the Bloc says
more.
We just what's that?
More?
Yeah,
I
guess
lose
so.
More.
That's right. I don't like how the Bloc says we're going to vote against it no matter what. Like, to me, that's kind of politics I don't like. It's entirely reasonable to want your, to have your own sort of concerns and want things put in the budget. And if they don't get put in, then you don't vote for it. But just to say, no, we're not going to vote for it. I mean, that's not good governance. I don't think the CPC
but that's just what.
The
but
Bloc
they're talking about the liberal,
shit, right? The Bloc doesn't give a shit. They don't give two shits about anything because they know they're sitting pretty no matter what. And frankly, I'm sure behind the scenes they're telling Carney what's going to have to be in the budget for them. They'll probably vote for it. This is just a negotiating tactic. This is them flexing their muscles and swinging their dick around. Remember, we said on election night. I mean, they only have what? I think they lost seats, but we were like, the Bloc's the big winner tonight because they are essentially they can keep Carney in power, and that's a lot of power. That's a lot of power for the Bloc.
But here's the video. I'm happy I found it. Here's the NDP leader speaking about the budget that was published earlier today.
We're not afraid of an election. I don't think Canadians want one right now. I think we face some pretty serious threats from south of the border. Our economy is performing very poorly. I just saw inflation numbers come out today, 2.4%, housing up 4%, and groceries up 4%. These are on top of already stratospheric, unaffordable prices that Canadians are struggling with across this country. We have a jobs crisis.
He's listing all these terrible things. That's why people would want an election. There's all these terrible things. Inflation's up, housing's up. That's why they want elections. So they can vote you fuckers out. Like, what is he? He's listing all these terrible things in the economy, and he's the party in power, and they're saying, no, they don't want an election. They don't want to get rid of us. Look at everything we're doing. Inflation's up. Housing crisis.
That's the NDP leader.
Oh, that's the NDP guy. Okay, I thought that was a liberal guy.
No.
Okay,
but the NDP leader is basically saying Canadians don't want an election right now, but groceries are up, inflations are up,
I see.
Jobs are down, our economy. But it's the same thing. Okay, you start by telling us that Canadians don't want an election, but then you start listing all the reasons why we would like an election. And he continues, right?
Across this country. So there's serious issues, I think, facing our parliament. I would like to get to work in parliament to find solutions with my colleagues in the NDP.
What's this guy's
new election?
levels, man? This guy hasn't seen a fucking lick of testosterone in 30 years.
The budget that no party can support. We'll go take our fight.
How they say men's testosterone in the West has gone down over the last 30 years? It's all from this guy. He's bringing down the national average.
They couldn't even drop the camera to frame him properly.
No.
Like, look how small he looks in the screen.
The girl looks taller than him. The woman looks taller than him. She looks like a lesbian.
Exactly.
Yeah, the lesbian prison
He
guard
looks like a lesbian prison guard. No, he does. The fuck?
Yeah.
But he's a liberal, right? He's an NDP, but
So
Here's-
yeah, go ahead.
Clearly, there's not a lot of testosterone going on there. It's clear.
No, that guy took it all, or it all ran away from that guy. So I just want to take this quick comment from Daniel. He says, I believe the new approach to the budget makes a ton of sense. Dividing out operational costs versus investments. Need to see how the budget, however, before I can form an opinion for and against it. I mean, I like this approach. This is more or less how I'm going to take it. I mean, I would say my hopes are not high. Carney's going to do some good, but I'm also, I'm not just going to shit on him before he's even come out with something. I do want to see it. I want to see it before I shit on him.
I'm gonna shit on him no matter what.
Yeah, just shit on him now. Yeah.
We already know that it's gonna be a higher deficit than Trudeau did in his worst year. We already know that. That's already knowledge. So it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be a terrible budget. But at the same time, man, even Pierre Poilievre couldn't care. He was saying we need to keep the deficit under 42 billion. That's still a shit ton of deficit, bro. You're conservative.
What do you say about immigration? We've got when I'm prime minister, not less than 500,000 a year or something like that. Only 500,000 Indians under my leadership. I mean, he didn't actually say those numbers. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it's the same principle. I mean, look, for me, again, I'm going to wait to see it because it's hard to say. Like, I'll throw some hypotheticals where I could support it. Let's say even if it has high deficit spending, but let's say the deficit spending is because they're putting $50 billion into pipelines across Canada into I know it's not going to happen, but I still I still think it's important to even talk about the thing that we know will never happen, just so at least it's out there, shape the narrative a little bit.
Probably another 10 billion, another 10 billion for Ukraine. Yeah, another 5 for China.
30 million to make sure Bangladeshis aren't shitting on the beach.
There's no fucking way he's gonna put 50 billion down.
No. No, of course not. 50 billion to Ukraine, maybe.
Over the next 5 years, no questions about it.
He'll do basically be like 50 billion for pipelines. We're like, yeah. He's like, pipelines of weapons to Ukraine. No, no, that's not it.
More EV crap. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Devil's due, exactly. More EV crap, 100%. But it's, again, we have, I hope the listeners to this show understand that politics is a fucking show, right? It's just a gong show. It's a spectacle for the masses. I always think about Denzel Washington when he said, if you watch the news, you're misinformed. If you don't watch the news, you're uninformed. So I try to bring it to you guys, but at the same time, it's all a fucking show. They're not gonna vote against this. It's not gonna happen.
There's not gonna be an election.
They're playing it like, oh no, it ain't gonna happen.
No, the fact that they're even talking about it is a little surprising, but I agree. I don't think it's gonna happen. Sylvie, imagine Poilievre loses his seat again. Boots Patrick Brown from Brampton runs there. Yeah, and then he'll run over there with he'll put a turban on and he'll convert to he'll become a Sikh or the Hindu or something.
I think Sylvie said earlier, I'd like a new election just to see Pierre.
That'd be hilarious, right?
He
loses in Battleford, and then he heads over. But it goes back to Nepean or wherever the fuck he's from.
Oh, I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening.
I don't think so either.
I don't see a snap election anytime soon.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
They're trying to play us. That dude is trying to just keep us focused on dumb shit. And that is definitely one of them. And, before you take one of the comments, I'll just put that on super fast. And this is one of the dumb shit that they want to keep us from. You remember Terrebonne? The only one of the place in Canada that lost. Vote. So exactly. And then it turned out that there was a bunch of votes that were mislabeled. The envelope was mislabeled. And Election Canada didn't do shit about it. Well, today there's a new story that came out saying that unreasonable to cancel election won by single vote, lawyer for Liberal MP says.
No, it's not. It's not unreasonable at all.
No, I don't know, but hold on. Listen to the reasoning, because they're debating this right now. Like they're in a commission trying to find out what the fuck happened. And the lawyer for a Quebec Liberal MP who won her riding in April federal election by a single vote argued on Tuesday it would be unfair to other voters to cancel the result over an uncounted ballot.
Except maybe it would be unless the election was won by one vote and the person who had the spoil or had the spoil ballot has said that they voted for someone else. So then it's not unfair.
No,
yeah,
they did.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It would be unfair unless you have the exact situation that we have in this election. Right?
No, but listen to this. Listen to this part. This is the best part. To cancel the election is to deny the right to vote that was expressed by these 61,115 people. So basically what he's saying is we cannot cancel the election because it would send the wrong message to those 61,000 people that voted for the Liberals. But how about those...
What about the message that says the 23,000...
But it's not 61,000. It's 23,352 people that voted for the Liberals and 323,352 people that voted for the Bloc, because the woman that her vote was scrapped said she was voting for the Bloc.
Voting for the Bloc.
So right then and there, this is a tie. What do you do in a tie? You fight it out. It's too fucking lesbian, so it's not gonna happen. New election.
Yeah.
They redo an election, but it's the dumbest fucking thing ever.
Well, and
to tell me that it's not worth it, we shouldn't do it, it's unreasonable. That's how democracy works, you fucking idiot.
To say it's unreasonable to do it for one vote. Well, no, not if that one vote would have changed the outcome of the election. It's not at all unreasonable. For any audience members who's not exactly sure what we're talking about, this election, the Liberal guy won, or woman won by one vote. And there was a person who came out and they said that they voted for the Bloc and it went somewhere else, right? It didn't get there in time. It went to the wrong address, but she used the envelope that was given to her by Elections Canada. So if it didn't get there, that's on Elections Canada. That's not the voters' fault. And that would have changed the outcome of the election. So it's pretty wild.
But it's unreasonable, bro. It's unreasonable.
Yeah. It would be unreasonable.
It
would be unreasonable if she won by 1,000 votes. You know, it would be unreasonable to change the outcome by, even if she won by 10 votes, it would be unreasonable to change it because of one vote. But if she only won by one vote, then it's not at all unreasonable to change it because of one vote.
But the biggest problem that they don't mention, and that's for the people that don't remember this, they messed up on a bunch of envelope. It wasn't just
it wouldn't have been just hers. It wouldn't have been just hers.
No, there were dozens and dozens of them, and there's even someone that worked for Election Canada that noticed the mistake prior to sending the letters out, and they didn't correct it. Yes, I talked about it a few weeks ago.
I'm sure this won't be an issue. It's not like they're going to win by one vote or anything.
But it's unreasonable to call out our error, because that is an Election Canada mistake.
Oh, yeah. Sylvie, yes, correct. It was the wrong postal code. But it was the postal code put on the envelope that came from Elections Canada. I don't know about you, but if you ever voted that way, you don't check that shit. You just put your vote in there because you assume it's correct if it's coming from Elections Canada.
Exactly like Bristol Tube saying, nothing to see here.
Move along, folks. Move along.
So basically they're telling us that it's unreasonable to call for another election, but don't forget that that's how democracy works, right? If there's a tie, guess what? We do it again. But it's unreasonable to demand for a new election. No, that's the rule, bitch. This is how it fucking works. And don't mention the fact that Election Canada is the one that fucked up. We wouldn't be talking about this if Election Canada did their jobs.
If she had written it down wrong, then that's on her, right? That's her fault. But it came from Elections Canada. That's wild. We'll take a few of these comments here, and then we'll
just let me address 360. 306 guy. Did Poilievre backtrack his comments? You'll see. We're talking.
We'll jump on that here. We'll jump on there in a second.
He's backing. He's backing down, is what he's doing. He's not backtracking his comment. He's kind of pussying out. You'll see.
Okay. Sylvie said your mic is cracking a little bit again. If you wanted to sort that out,
is it?
I mean, I don't. Maybe they hear it differently. I can kind of hear that it's there, but it's not a huge issue.
Yeah, but it's annoying.
Yeah, on my
No,
end.
no. If it's cracking, I'm changing it. It's fucking annoying.
Okay, change it. We'll I'll take a few of these comments here. Where's the one? Bristol says we could easily negotiate with Trump. He just doesn't want to. Speaking about Mark Carney, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. I don't think. I mean, I'm sure there is some negotiations going on. I don't know why it's not going anywhere, but I don't know, man. So DNL responds to him saying, we can negotiate with Trump. Is that a typo? Do you mean capitulate to Trump? No, I don't know if I agree with that, man. DNL. I think, like Trump or hate him, he is a deals guy. And a lot of the deals I've seen him make, he's not just making insane demands. Like, yeah, he's going to expect to get the best end of the deal. Frankly, that's due to the magic word around here that we have said a lot over the last couple months is leverage. The United States, frankly, has it. The rest of the world does not. And most countries or most presidents just haven't used America's leverage over the last 30, 40 years. So we've gotten used to this world where America kind of takes the shit end of the deal on a lot of deals just to retain, influence and prestige. And Trump is now saying, no, you know what? I have this leverage. I'm going to use it. And you can be mad about that if you want, but that's his right to do as the American president. It's what I would do if I were the American president. And I don't think he's some non-negotiable guy. Like, he's willing to make deals, and it's not going to be America's going to get the better end of it, but it will be a reasonable deal. I think Carney's got this idea that he's going to somehow get out of there with no tariffs, and this is not going to happen. If you see every single deal he's done, even the best ones are like 10% tariffs. Frankly, we should be happy with that at this point. The landscape has changed. We're not going to get away. Carney's not going to get away with no tariffs at all. Just accept the deal that's on the table.
At the end of the day, it's Carney's fault. He's been behind Trudeau's economic policies for 4 or 5 years now. He's to blame for this. He has to pay the price for it. This is 10 years of bad liberal policies that are giving the power to Trump. So at the end of the day, man, you can complain all you want about what's going on. It is our fault. It's the liberals that fucked us, and Trump has the power to do what he wants. At the end of the day, and we don't have the leverage. They take like 75%.
How many times has he said yeah, exactly, right? He has the leverage, we don't.
But hold on,
and he said,
hold on. But Carney fucked up. He could have shut the fuck up from the beginning, not run a campaign on standing up to him. We've said it a million times. Trump is fucking vindictive. Love the guy or not, you could have brushed his ego from the first day that he got into power. Get to your knees, suck his dick, bitch, because you don't have any leverage. Carney chose to play the game that we can stand up to him. It's bullshit. He never could. You think Trump liked that? Of course not. He didn't. He's vindictive. He just didn't play
that's
his
personality.
Cards right.
And you have to learn. Like, how many times has Trump said he's going to fuck us, right? Like, at the end of the day, he has the power to do that. And yes, we can be mad about it all we want, but that's like getting mad at the rain or the weather, right? It's just, it is what it is. All you can do is respond to the environment you find yourself in.
Hey, hold on. Let me just address. There's a few comments saying that about Pierre Poilievre. We're going to be talking about it right after.
Just like 2 or 3 minutes.
But he did walk down his comments.
Yeah.
You can say whatever the fuck you want. At the end of the day, he is backing down. He's not. He's like, oh, but I was talking about that person, not that. Like, bitch. He didn't even answer. He didn't even post his own message. It was somebody from his team that posted you'll see. We'll talk about it after. I see a bunch of messages.
We'll get to that in a few minutes, guys. But if you've seen some new comments and new faces here, this show is pretty heavily based on audience engagement. So we're taking some questions now from the last story.
Titan, like I said, wait a few minutes. I will show you.
Just wait.
Patience. It's called
This is how the show. This is how the show works. We're still taking comments from the last story, and then we'll get to if you can wait 5 minutes. We'll get there, man. No one's trying to pull a fast one over you.
Mr. Doctor, how likely is a snap election? they're trying to make it sound like it's a possibility. It is is it a possibility? Sure, it could happen.
The fact that they're even
What-
talking about it is surprising.
Yeah.
But
No, but you're right. The fact that the liberal, what was his name? Did I say his name? It's a liberal House leader that's saying that it might happen. We've heard the Bloc saying they couldn't care less. I don't think the Conservatives are going to vote for that budget. And the NDP, I just showed you a video saying that he doesn't seem to be happy. But are they going to do it? I don't see it, because I think they have more politically wise. I think they have more
it's
to lose
negotiation
than
tactics,
to
right?
win. Oh yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
But is it possible? I don't see it happening. But I would be happy to see it happen. Don't get me wrong. I would be very happy if it happened.
It would be hilarious. It would be hilarious.
I'll be the first one to laugh my ass off. Yeah. But I don't see it happening though.
All right, just one or two more, and then we'll move on to that story. DNL says, so his deal is we won't make cars in Canada anymore. That's not a deal. Is that actually what's going on? Because I have not. Is that actually what he's saying? Okay. Well, I don't think Carney should take that either. I mean, Trump does seem to be intent on really, fucking us. He's already said it. So at the end of the day, there's not a whole lot we can do about it. If he's made up his mind to do that, it is what it is. So why don't we focus on the things that we can control, like investing in pipelines to get energy export capacity on both coasts, investing in the Ring of Fire, putting 500,000 Canadians back to work by starting these huge infrastructure projects to build the mines and the pipelines required to exploit our resources. But he's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. That's what I want to see in this budget. And
100%.
It's what we won't see in this budget.
No, 100%. It's as simple as the $1 billion they sent to China in order to build ships instead of investing in
and then sell them back to us.
But that's my point. We've had the power to do this forever. Even Harper was doing that in Canada. Then Trudeau took power and they started to move away from exploiting our own natural resources and buying them from other people, from other countries. We created this mess. Love Trump or not, he's taken advantage of a situation that we created for ourselves.
Well, we made ourselves weak over the last 10 years, right?
Yeah,
and if you, it's like, if you never ever go to the gym, you never work out, and then some guy kicks your ass and then steals your girlfriend. Like, yeah, on some level, it's that guy's fault, but whose fault is it really? Because you could have spent the last 15 years eating cream puffs and not hitting the gym, and you put yourself in that position. Logan, sorry, go ahead. Take that one.
Obsidian Titan. We have too much competitive industry with the state. Carney will fold on the auto industry.
That's a huge fold, maybe, but
you're telling me, Obsidian, you're telling me that there was no way for him to negotiate with Trump from the get-go, instead of running his mouth, saying that he would stand up to him, that he'd be the great defeater of the Trump there. Why did he wait? He went to Europe like 3 times before he went down to Washington to talk to Trump. You don't think that America was our first priority? He kept on saying day in, day out, oh, we're going to divest from the U.S. No, they buy 75% of our exports. We can't divest from them. That's something that would take us years to do. But in order to do that, we need to build our own resources. So, Carney could have simply gone down there and try to negotiate a deal to say, hey, let's say, what's the part of those industries that you want? Which one makes more sense for us to build? We'll build a partnership just like we should always be doing with the U.S. And we fucked up. As Canada, we fucked up, and Trump's taking advantage of it. Now, love him or hate him, he is...
We can be mad at him all you want,
but it's to his advantage to do it. Why wouldn't he? If I was in this situation, what would I do? I'd fuck Canada too. Because if I'm putting in the same way as if you told me tomorrow that we had a way to fuck the US and make a shit ton of money doing it, guess what, bro? We should do it.
Yeah, of course. We just don't have that. We don't have the dick to do it.
But you're telling me that if we could, we wouldn't do the same thing? Motherfucker. If the roles were reversed, We'd be taking advantage of it, right?
Obsidian says the EV program is killing the industry as well. It's not feasible in this comment. Oh yeah. I mean, that's something we've been barking up that tree for a long time. This EV mandate is insanity. It's absolute insanity, and it's just even more pressure on a Canadian auto industry that is like this close to seems like just shit in the bed, right? So
100%.
This just that mandate is ridiculous. We've gone over that again. So yeah, just we're with you on that, guys. You're watching the Political Orphans. This is the show for people from all over the left and right. Get together for civil discourse, talk about the topics of the day. And it doesn't really matter whether you're a liberal or a conservative. All that matters here is you show your work and you back up your argument. As you can see, this is we're getting a lot of comments as this show is heavily based on audience engagement. So don't be afraid to throw some comments into the question box. We will get to them, hopefully, if we have time. But the audience is as much part of the conversation as we are on this show. If you do want to support the show, if you like what Nico and I are doing, if you believe in that there's a need for this kind of space, independent journalists, you can support the show by becoming a member through YouTube for the low price of $2.99 per month. And or you can also buy us a coffee. It's up there on the top right or left, one of the two, I'm not sure. But yeah, and looks like we got a lot of new faces today. So guys, thanks for showing up. And whether you agree with us, disagree with us, throw that in too. We love to get the disagreement as well as agreement. And remember to like and share the show and the stream on YouTube, please.
There's quite a few good comments right here we need to take before we move on. It won't take long.
Let's do that.
David McDonald, we didn't do it. Carney did it. Actually, yes, and Trudeau so as well. But I say I'm still Canadian. As much as I disagree with it, unfortunately, I'm still Canadian. Beaver Grease is saying, oh man, I've been dying for a show like this. Gone on you.
Well, you found it, brother.
Well, welcome. See, this to me is the answer that wins everything. Wise guys saying, I said that Trump and Carney always had a plan, and this is it. They are in business together, for crying out loud. Wake up, people. Just look at the way when they meet. They're like the best friends on the fucking planet. Last time they met, what was it, 2 weeks ago? They're literally snapping joke at each other. Trump even put a 51 state joke in there. Everybody's laughing.
Yeah, Carney's good.
They're not enemies. They're not enemies.
No. And that was always just for Bristles gifted 5 Orphans memberships. Thank you, sir. So how does that actually work? Because I haven't. Does that just randomly give them to people? Okay, so 5 of you guys might get new memberships. Courtesy of Bristles Tube, one of our regulars here.
Appreciated.
Yeah.
Adam saying, subscribe. You're pointing out facts most are blind to. Well.
Yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong. This is actually, we don't have our little name taggies there.
Yeah, we do. Is because when there's comments there.
Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah. So I am a liberal, just not a crazy one. I'm a common sense one. There's a few of us out there. Anti-woke liberal.
They're called conservatives.
Nico is a Christian conservative. So my point is, we actually find a lot of common ground on issues, but there are places where we won't, and that's fine too. Our goal here is to find common ground where we can and respectfully disagree when we can't. But one thing that I find, if you come to any of these debates, we've been doing the show for 10 months now. If you come to the debate with good faith and common sense, you really find yourselves finding common ground with each other like 80% of the time. And the 20%. Sylvie says Rob is gay, but we love him a long time. No, that is incorrect. I am actually not gay, but Sylvie just loves to. Sylvie's a long time. She's had a crush on me for a long time.
For the new faces there, Rob looks gay. He sucks penises.
I don't look gay at all. I'm like conventionally handsome male. What are you talking about?
I like how he's giving himself flowers. Oh, I'm just
Kenzie, Rob, what does it make you think you're liberal? I mean, yeah, we've kind of gone over this. So a lot of the topics we talk about here are the ones where we meet on that common ground. So I know I get this all the time. Like, you sound like a conservative, or I think you're a conservative. But, my opinions on things like, abortion, the social safety net, healthcare, gun control, none of these are far left. I'm still reasonable left, but they would probably preclude me from being on the right.
Did you?
Trevor says you guys are right in my book. Yes, so in Trevor's book we are right. So yeah, Trevor's one of our regulars too. Obsidian, what's the stand on immigration, Rob?
Jesus.
Oh yeah. So I guess the best way to say it is I'm broadly left on most positions except three main ones. One, we got to stop the trans insanity. Two, we have to stop DEI nonsense. And three, immigration is out of fucking control. And we have to. I'm pretty extreme. I'm firmly on the right on those three issues.
Let me grab one before, because we talked about this. Nico, I still want that coffee mug. Okay, so I just need to point it out. This is literally a sticker that I bought.
Oh, it's not a
massive
mug?
No, it is, but now we do have gear. I connected
Ooh.
the shop yesterday. So there's a bunch of gear. There's actual mugs of the Political Orphans that are available. I can add them to you should be able to find them on the YouTube channel. They are there. If you can't find it, go to thepoliorphans.com. It's right there. I'm gonna have to get some of that gear, but yeah, there's a bunch of gear now. And no, it's a sticker. Because I didn't have the gear, but now
do we have mugs?
There.
Do we have mugs on the merch site? Okay, so we can't get mugs.
There's hoodies. I designed hoodies, t-shirts, caps, beanies. We have mugs, 3 different sizes. There's travel mugs in case you're on the road. And if you're like Rob and you like to have a little metal bottle at the gym that has a straw sticking out, it's also available there.
Yeah, that's right.
Says the guy that has one, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, every accusation is a confession. DNL says, "I'm with you, Rob." Yeah, you too, brother. Kenzie says you support gun control. No. So, I mean, that's actually one of the issues where I'm not really. I'm. In fact, I would say that's probably one of the biggest issues I've changed positions on since coming on this show.
You're welcome.
Just because I didn't. I would say it's definitely not a major concern for me. Like, I don't really care one way or the other. But I do believe absolutely people should have the right to defend themselves. And I think responsible gun owners are not at all the problem. I'd be okay with, banning certain types of guns. Nico definitely would not. But any sort of like blanket ban on guns, like, no, I don't agree with that. I think people are proven responsible. They should be able to own most guns without a crazy amount of restrictions that they have now. What is the what are the, I don't know what the statistics are. You would probably know it, but it ain't the gun owners. It ain't the legal gun owners that are committing crimes.
It's something like, I think there's still a small percentage. Like, I think last time I checked was around 5%. It's something around 5 to 10% of the crimes are not necessarily committed by legal gun owners, but can be tracked back to legal guns, to guns that were purchased legally. The rest is basically all guns that comes up from the US. But the thing is that even if the gun was originally in the hands of a gun owner, like legal gun owner like me, who's to say that somebody didn't break in my house, so stole my safe and used it in a crime, right? It doesn't mean that I'm the one responsible for the crime.
Yeah.
So, but the point is that the vast majority, like 90% on the lower end of things, the crimes are committed with guns that came from the US. But 100% of those crimes are committed by criminals.
Yeah.
But the vast majority of legal gun owners are not criminals. We're the safest people in Canada because we're so checked, we're so vetted in order to have guns that we're the safest people.
Yeah, I just think laws should not be laws should be reactive and not trying to predict crime. So like if legal gun owners were out there committing lots of crimes with their guns, I would probably be in favor of cracking down on them, but they're not. And so it's just not a priority for me. I don't support at all any more gun control laws, and I would support rolling back a large number of the ones we have.
I agree. I completely agree. So let's get.
You want to move on to Pierre?
Comment. Oh, let's go to the next comment. The next topic here.
Yep. We'll
Here
to
we
Pierre.
go. So here is an article by the Epoch Times saying Poilievre says
the
RCMP
former
remarks were
commissioner.
were aimed at the former commissioner. And that's what I mean by Poilievre Backdown walks back his comments. He's basically saying that Poilievre's spokesperson, and this is what drives me absolutely nuts, he's not even making those remarks himself. This was posted by somebody else. Somebody else.
Oh yeah, this is a walkback. This is a walkback.
100%. This is why I'm saying it's a walkback. He's not even man enough to actually say it himself. So Pierre Poilievre's spokesman or spokesperson issued a written comment on the media on the 20th, in which the Tory leader says he stands shoulder to shoulder with the brave men and women in uniform who put their lives on the line every day to protect and serve. My comments were directed to former RCMP Commissioner Brenda Lucki, who has a lengthy track record of publicly documented scandals, deceptions, and political interference to the benefit of the Liberal government. The statement said we called for her resignation. We stand by that call that day. Here is why he walked it back. It wasn't just one person that was fucking up. It was the upper echelon of the RCMP. It's not one person that covered this whole shit. There's whistleblowers after whistleblowers after whistleblowers that have been coming out for the past 2 years saying this is what's happening in the RCMP. That means there's people at all echelon of the RCMP that decided to avoid them. The AG resigned. Our Attorney General of Canada, or Justice Minister, as we call them in Canada, she resigned because she wouldn't back down from Justin Trudeau, and him wanted her to drop the case against SNC-Lavalin. I showed a video from the new commissioner of the RCMP admitting that they never talked to Trudeau about this. So for once, I agree with Pierre Poilievre. What he said in that fucking interview with Northern Perspective, he was right. Those guys are fucking crooks and they deserve to be in fucking jail because it's illegal what they did. They decided not to investigate him. They admitted that in a commission right now. They admitted to it this week. This is a fact. What he said was right. So he is backing down. What did I say? What didn't I call it yesterday? Remember, I said it when we were talking about this story. I'm like, oh, how long before Pierre Poilievre comes back on his word? He did. He had the perfect opportunity to just, you know what? I said what I said. And he could have explained it without the swears, obviously, just like the way I did right now. This was not a one-person decision. It's not one person that's the whole RCMP. It's a bunch of people that chose to ignore it. That's a fact.
Well,
it's not one person.
He's just kind of like, oh no, I didn't mean you. I didn't mean you, Commissioner. I meant the former one. It's a cop out, right? Because it's the former commissioner, and like, it just prevents them from taking any accountability. Because if it's a former commissioner, they can say, oh, see, look, we don't need to fix ourselves. We don't need to do anything. Just classic. So Billy says Pierre did not go back. You guys are just not saying what Pierre actually said. I literally just read it. Quote. He said that's his quote. Actually, sorry, no, hold on. You don't even say what he said because he didn't say it. Somebody else said it for him. I mean, okay, but like you can disagree, but to call this channel leftist BS, I think anyone who's watched the show for more than 5 minutes would find that hilarious. Billy Crowley. No, put the comment back, please. Billy. Pierre Poilievre is a liberal. He's not a conservative. So if you support Pierre Poilievre, I'm sorry, bro, but you're not a conservative. You're just not a conservative. He has no conservative ideas. Carney was able to steal his ideas during the election and just put a red background to it. There's nothing conservative about Pierre Poilievre. I'll let you two conservatives duke it out. But this idea that if you oppose Pierre Poilievre, you're a liberal, that's crazy, man. Brother, I'm way more conservative than Poilievre. I'm closer to what a Republican is in the U.S. And I had this conversation with an American today, and you know what? We were laughing at this because he said that Pierre Poilievre is more leftist than Democrats in the U.S. So, brother... And hold on here. I just want to say... So, It's what. So Billy says, I watched him talk about this. Yeah, we know. We covered this last night when he said all those things, and that's what we said. We're saying Nico last night said. Today. Nico said last night, he's got to back this down, right? And that's what we're covering today. Is the thing we just showed from his assistant who put out the message is him backing down. Yeah, I mean this is just facts. I
was so happy that he actually said it that I made a video that went viral on Instagram. For once, I agreed with Pierre Poilievre and I gave him credit. I'm like, God damn, that's the ballsiest shit he's ever said. I was just talking about this yesterday. But caveat is I told you he'd back down. And guess what? He backed down.
Billy, brother, we just showed it, man. Just kidding. You want to bring it up again? And you go bring
up
that.
No, absolutely not. Just go check the video yesterday. It's there. We spent
no. Bring up the thing you had 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes ago, the article there.
Oh, this. Oh, yeah, it's still there. It's right here.
That's what he's talking about. This is the Walkback where
he says, it's the Epoch Times, and the Epoch Times is actually probably the most fair media out there, if you ask me.
Really,
I consult all of them every day.
We're taking Pierre's words. This is him walking it back. We agreed with you yesterday that yes, he called them out on it, and we agreed that was all a good thing. We're not showing that because why would we show something we're all in agreement on? And then today, why would we show the video from yesterday? He didn't walk it back yesterday. He walked it back today. That's the point of the walk back.
I don't see. This is, you know what? This is, since we're on the subject, this is a part that I don't understand. So you have the people that support Trump, for example, in the US that you call the MAGA people, right? And I know a bunch of them. I spend a lot of my time in the US. There's nothing that Trump can do that will be wrong, which always makes me laugh because nobody's perfect. You have the people in Canada, the elbows up crowd, that look at Mark Carney, that will defend him no matter what. The people in Canada that support Pierre Poilievre will laugh at the elbows up people to say, Carney's doing a bunch of wrong things. No matter what he does, you'll never call him out. Guess what? Pierre Poilievre supporters are the same. Pierre Poilievre does dumb shit all the time. He's been in Parliament for 20 years. He hasn't accomplished shit. He couldn't even get elected. It's the fourth election that we lose as conservatives. And I'm a conservative. I'm a small C conservative, not a big C party conservative. We lost 4 elections in a row because our conservatives are fucking liberals passing as conservatives. That's the problem with the conservative movement. And this is what blows my mind. For me to say that Pierre Poilievre is wrong is right. As a real conservative, I will call out the guy that is supposed to represent my value. He is not a conservative. But I gave him credit. I will give him credit when he's right. I gave him credit yesterday. And that's what you're supposed to do. I will give credit to fucking anybody that says something right. If it's right, it's right. But at the same time, you have to call out your leaders. I don't care who they are. Call them out. They're wrong. They're wrong. He backed down. He's backing away on his comments because people are complaining. The NDP is asking for him to apologize. The Liberals are asking for him to apologize. Some conservatives, big C conservative, are asking for him to apologize. He has nothing to apologize for. He was fucking right. That's my point.
That's why
he's backing down.
That's why it's kind of funny because I feel like we're all like, I don't even know that there's this disagreement here. So Billy says, yeah, right. He said the chief. Yes, we know that. 2 days ago, he said the chief was the problem. And then today he said, oh, no, it was the former chief. That's the backtrack. We know that 2 days ago he said the right thing. Today is the backtrack. That's what we're talking about today. 2 days, last night we covered what he said originally. And we said, wow, he's calling out the chief of the RCMP.
And you know what? That's exactly what I was saying yesterday.
So he says the thing with Poilievre is that he accidentally said something controversial. Yeah, I mean, the thing with Poilievre is he hates controversy. He everything he says is ran through a focus group, and he will say, and if something accidentally slips past that does cause controversy, like last night, then he has to backtrack to his assistant and say, oh, no, it was the former chief I was talking about, the former one. Guys, I love the chief. I love the RCMP chief.
Hold on. Let me take this one because, again, I love the fact that the big C conservatives are showing up to the show. Welcome. Adam he's the man. He has to be quiet because the censorship of the libs. He doesn't have to be quiet about anything. On the contrary, the reason he lost is because he doesn't have the courage to stand up for conservative values. He didn't even have the balls to say during the election that women can't have penises. Is there one person that you know that disagrees with that has any type of common sense? No. So I don't give a fuck what he says behind closed doors. I don't care. It's what you say in front of the camera that matters. We had a podcast over the weekend with Chris Barber, one of the main guys from the Freedom Convoy. I imagine that most of the people here agree with what they did, with what Tamara Lynch and Chris Barber did. And you know what Chris Barber said? Pierre Poilievre never backed him up in the public, but when he got his sentencing a couple of weeks ago, he called him up private number to say that, oh, that shouldn't have happened, blah, 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 blah. You can go
Is that what he did?
Yes.
He called him
Chris
for
Barber
private
said it on
numbers?
the show. Yeah. So, but the point I'm trying to make is, what you say behind closed doors, I don't give a fuck. You're a leader. You're supposed to say this shit in front.
Yeah,
of
you don't
the
get any credit if you can't say it out in public.
No,
and that's
my
not.
biggest gripe that I have with him. I know people that know the guy. I'm friends with some of the biggest fucking content creators in Canada. A lot of them don't talk to me anymore because I won't support Pierre Poilievre. I can't support a weak leader. I just can't. It's what you do in front of the camera that matter, not what you do behind closed doors when nobody's listening. That's such a hypocritical thing to do, and it drives me absolutely fucking ballistic. If you're going to be in the public eye, have the balls to stand up for what you believe in. Women cannot have penises. Can you imagine if he admitted that on camera during the election, if he had the balls to say so? It's a 9-10 issue. Yeah. Nobody that would vote for him disagrees. Yet,
yeah, you're not losing anything. You're not losing anything if you're Poilievre.
And I know some of the biggest proponent for no men in women's sports in Canada that used to record content with me that will no longer record or even return any of my calls or texts because I said this about Pierre Poilievre. And this is my point. You cannot be tribalistic when it comes to politics. They all make mistakes. They're fucking politicians. They're all fucking crooks from the get-go. I don't trust any politicians. Any.
Yeah, I mean, as Adam says here, picture them all as actors and they are applying for the role. Yeah, and Joe says...
Ding, 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 winner, winner, chicken dinner, drop the mic, we're done.
Joe Adam's says they're all WWE superstars, correct? Hey, Joe, good to see you, brother. Haven't seen you for a while.
I hate when I agree. I dislike agreeing with a lefty like Joe, but Joe's bang on this one.
Yeah, Joe's bang on this time, yeah. If Kamala, Joe's showing up, coming in hot with his leftist credentials. If Kamala had the spine to say that Trump would be sitting in a jail cell right now, I don't know if he'd be sitting in a jail cell, but something the election might have changed, although it wasn't even that close, honestly. I think Kamala was so terrible in so many ways, but it would have helped her for sure. She would have got more votes than she did if she was just honest about that.
See, this is a great comment there. This is great. Darren Smith, big fucking deal
that
about
ain't true.
No, hold on. About women having penises, it's a small fucking base that couldn't give two fucks. No, actually, you know what is the main indicator of the main reason Trump won in the US? Because he had the balls to go after the LGBTQ agenda. That's why he won. He won for two reasons. Because he had the balls to actually speak against the indoctrination that's going on through the LGBTQ/DEI bullshit that's happening all over the world. And he had the balls, unlike Pierre Poilievre, he had the balls to go on long-form content podcasts like Joe Rogan, for example, in order to talk for 3 hours. Pierre Poilievre had the chance to go on Joe Rogan. He refused to do it. The biggest podcast, arguably the biggest podcast on the planet.
Yeah, and this idea that it's like a small base, no, it's not. First of all, it's all of the conservatives, and there's a large chunk of liberals like myself who recognize that transgender.
Who'd you vote for at the last?
Well, I vote for Poilievre this time, just because the Liberal Party's gone crazy. But I am I'm not a Liberal Party supporter. I'm a small L liberal, classical liberal. But frankly, there's a large and growing number of common sense liberals who understand that transgenderism is a direct attack on women's rights, on gay rights. It affects 50% of the population that is women. It's not just a small base, man. And it's above and beyond all that, it's just a lie. It's nonsense. We have to, as a society, strive to seek truth in everything that we do. And anything that lies so much like that and lies to our kids and teaches them to hate themselves and their body, I just don't accept that that's just a small fucking base. It's a huge base. Anyone who's a woman, anyone who has kids, anyone who cares about the truth, that's who this issue affects.
And for Darren Smith, I suggest you read. I didn't think it was a big deal until I read Irreversible Damage by
Great book.
Abigail Schreiers, I think 3 or 4 years ago. That book blew my fucking mind, because the biggest problem with what you said there is our daughters. Our daughters are paying the price. It's not a bunch of dudes with beards dressing up in a dress. That's
the
my
vast
main
majority
concern.
of them are girls.
Those guys, I don't give a fuck, because if they come close to my children, you know what I do? I'm gonna knock their ass out into the next fucking world. I don't care about them, but I care about the 8, 10, 12-year-old little girls that are being told that they shouldn't feel this way, that they should put a stop to their period, they should put a stop to their body maturing, boost themselves, take medicine to stop their puberty, to then take testosterone, have double vasectomy. You know what? Maybe you should get a penis too when they're children. They're children, bro. Like, this is the vast majority of people that are affected by this are young women, or young, literally girls. They're not even women, they're girls. This is why I care about this shit. And you know what? Parents out there care for this shit too. And imagine if we had a leader in Canada that had the balls to say, women don't belong, men don't belong in women's sports. Little girls shouldn't be allowed to take puberty blockers. That should be completely illegal. Whatever the fuck you want to do after you're 18, that's your body. Do whatever the fuck you want. We're not going to pay for it. You can pay out of pocket for your dumb fucking surgeries instead of addressing your mental issues. But that's the point. It's not a small deal. This would have, I guarantee
it affects a lot of people.
If he had the balls to say this, he would have won that fucking election. Just that topic alone, he would have won. Because it affects every single parent out there. And there's not one conservative out there that would have said that he was wrong. But
no, and a lot of liberals like me. That was one of the main reasons.
He would have won that election.
If a politician doesn't know what a woman is, if a politician is so stupid that they think that men can give birth and women can have penises, I can't trust them on anything else, even if it has nothing to do with trans stuff. You know, as Kenzie says, people are being canceled and losing their jobs. So yeah, this is a big deal. Bristles has a great comment here. This is what I like about this show. You can have your own opinion and argue together and stick to your guns. Yeah, this is that's one of the things that we're trying to do with this space here, right? Is create a spot where people come together, give your opinions. People are going to listen to them respectfully. We don't really put up with disrespect here. That's one thing. We're huge on free speech, but you know, not if people come in and disrespect people, obviously that doesn't fly here. But for the most part, it doesn't really happen. If you create a space to foster respectful debate, that's what you get. And that's one of the great things about this show. And of course, you guys, and because without the audience, it's just a couple of yahoos arguing back and forth in their basement studios.
Before we finish this, all I want to say is for all the people that are joining for the first time, that are posting, don't think that I'm making fun of you. I'm just a very fucking passionate asshole. At the end of the day, that's all I am. I'm very passionate about this shit, but I love this. I absolutely love having people call me out.
I love this comment here.
But I love to be called out on my stuff. Like literally, if you saw some of the recordings that I've done in LA, that I've done in San Francisco recently, I go to places to debate people that hate me. I love civil discourse. I absolutely love it. So hopefully you don't take this as a wrong thing. Hopefully you see this as an invitation to come back so that you can call me out again, or that we can agree. Because I will agree with leftists, I will agree with rightists, with conservatives, yet I'm more conservative than most people on this show, if not all of them. But I still like to find common ground, because at the end of the day, if we can agree on 80% of shit, we can deal with the 20 later. At least we can agree on 80. We're a lot more alike than we are unlike, dislike.
And that's why, I know what you mean. And that's why we started this show, because, and once in a while you'll get the odd person who comes in hot and just, does the same thing that 99% of you see on social media, where it's just, attacking the person, not attacking the ideas. And we generally shut it down pretty quick. But the show is designed to be a space here where people can share ideas. I know there aren't too many spaces on the internet that have that these days, but if that's the kind of discourse you're looking for, you have definitely found it on this show. Bristles Tube says, you've already opened my mind for different ideas. And no one's trying to convince anyone. We're all just sharing ideas and you know, if it makes you think of something in a different perspective, then I mean that's really what the show is about. Adam,
I don't even want
this.
you to trust me. I don't want you to say that I'm right. You know what? If I do my job properly, I will make you question. That's all I want. I want you to listen to what we have to say. If you disagree, awesome. Fucking awesome. Prove me wrong. Then not only prove me wrong, but come back later with your proof, and I will admit to you that I was wrong. I've done it before, and I will
It's
do
like
it
we say
again.
all the time.
And often
your
I
work.
will call myself out from something I said a few days ago, come back and say, hey guys, I said this on this day. I was wrong. Here's the updated information. So, brother, welcome.
All right.
All of you,
Yeah,
welcome.
Lots of new faces tonight, guys. Excellent show. We'll post there. Kashmir, we can see this post, so you're not being censored there. And we'll end with Wise Guy. Blue Jays going to the big show. What a great game last night. George Springer with the bomb.
Nothing like playing with bats and balls, you fucking homos.
Slapping each other's asses, not gay at all.
That is true. That is so
Bristles.
true. Baseball, you guys.
Yeah.
I do.
Knowledge
I
is
did jiu-jitsu for years. We sweat balls on people's
Oh
faces.
yeah, you guys. Yeah, what are you talking about? Baseball being gay? You guys are dripping ball sweat on each other's faces.
But we're not making eye contact. No eye contact. No eye
That's
contact.
right. Bristol says knowledge is the key to growth. Excellent comment, great point, and one we'll end on there. Guys, if you are just tuning in tonight for the first time, please consider supporting the show. First of all, like the stream. That doesn't cost you a thing. If you really want to help support the show, you can become a member through YouTube or buy us a coffee. Other than that, folks, we will see you tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern time.
See you tomorrow, guys. Papa, buddy.